But remember that these are my views. They're not the views of UBTV. These are my views. So don't go complaining to UBTV about it.
Beg your pardon?
In the time it takes me to drink a cup of tea, I will be talking about different issues. Alright then, I'm getting a lot of people sending me messages saying, AC, talk about terrorism, because you're brown and you've got a beard, so obviously, you know, you must know about being looked upon as a terrorist, yeah? Which, yeah, it's very true. So I thought, okay, let me see what this terrorism thing's all about. So I had a look, did a bit of research, and I found out where the terrorism comes from. And the word terrorism and the term first originated in France, yeah, when they had the French Revolution, and Robespierre and all these geezers who were the revolutionaries, to keep people in line after they'd done their revolution and wanted to implement their new governmental reforms. They started a reign of terror, and that was how they kept people in line. So then they called it terrorism, yeah, with an E on the end because it's in French, but obviously in English you take the E off. So that's where it comes from, yeah. There's been terrorist groups from back in the day, like in the Roman Empire there was a Jewish terrorist group called the Zealots, and they were killing off people, killing off a lot of Roman geezers and whatnot, led by a guy called Judas, yeah, not Judas Iscariot who betrayed Jesus or whatever, but a different geezer, Judas of Galilee. So there's been terrorist groups from long time all throughout history. Right now, when you think of terrorism, people are automatically thinking of, say, an Arabic person or a brown person with a beard and, you know, with a robe on and then gonna blow themselves up. After 9/11, there was a story that in the hospital where people were getting treated after the bombing, some Indian doctor was there, and he was sitting down treating someone or whatever, and he stood up, and everyone went, oh fucking hell, none of there. Everyone dived down, thought he was gonna blow himself up. So it shows the paranoia. Also, there was a Sikh guy working in a petrol station in America, and some guys came and said, oh, you fucking Taliban, and they killed him. Yeah, a Sikh guy. And they said he was a Taliban, and they killed him. So this is what I'm saying. So this terrorism shit is obviously, if those of you who don't know, Sikhs ain't Muslims, so obviously them calling him a Taliban is dumb, yeah, because he's Sikh, yeah. He might, you know, that's what I'm saying. People are getting a lot of shit twisted right now. I mean, I remember also one time I was in Embankment, yeah. I sat down with my bag. This is when I was with the Mentor Collective. This was after 7/7 as well. We sat down, and the police coming past us. They had machine guns. Two others come past us. Two others went there, and then suddenly they went like that, and they all just where the searched us, looked through the bags. You know, they said, oh, you know, seeing as all this terrorism shit's going on, we just saw you with bags. We thought you might be another three geezers about to blow yourself up on the train, didn't it? So I was like, okay, whatever, they done it. Then when we were on the train, my mate Matt, yeah, he must have been reading the paper. He's opposite me on the Metropolitan line, so the chairs are opposite each other, yeah? And yeah, he gets up, he's got his bag there, he gets up and says, oh yeah, look at this story, and he shows me the story, so he's kind of sat next to me. And this Jewish geezer there, I'm saying he's Jewish because he had a skull cap on, yeah, so don't start saying I'm fucking stereotyping people. Anyway, he gets up, he's like, is that your bag? And Matt's like, yeah, and he's like, please, have a thought. It could be a bomb. And the guy was, Matt was like, well, bro, I'm just getting up here. I'm sitting right here. The bag's there, isn't it? And I was like, look, bro, you're making him shook. Just go sit down, innit? Next stop, everyone piled off the train, yeah? We were the only ones left on the fucking, in the carriage, yeah? So, you know, it has its advantages because you get to sit spaced out and whatnot. But at the same time, it is a bit annoying. I think back to myself and I think, okay, everyone's thinking terrorists is this kind of thing. You know, they're thinking it's a brown geezer or a Somali geezer or a convert to Islam or whatever. But then you look at it like this, yeah. Back in the days when I was young, in the 80s and shit, everyone thought terrorism was the IRA. And it was all Irish people, and blah, blah, blah. And then everyone used to have this thing about, they used to think Irish people were terrorists. So we got to have some perspective on this, yeah? It's not, obviously not all one racial groups are terrorists. They used to think Irish people were terrorists, yeah? Now they're all saying all these geezers in the Middle East are all terrorists and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, look at the Middle East, yeah? The Stern Gang, that was a Jewish terrorist group operating before Israel got made Israel, and even they killed Ben Gurion, who was the first president of Israel or whatever. They killed him. So they were a Zionist terrorist group. People have conveniently forgot about that in the mass media, but unless you go and look it up, or you go and find it, or you happen to watch a good documentary on BBC 2 or Channel 4 late at night, you won't know about that. So people seem to pick and choose who they're going to label a terrorist. I remember Nelson Mandela, he was labelled a terrorist. The ANC was labelled a terrorist organisation by Margaret Thatcher because they were fighting for freedom. They did use violence, yeah. But look at the government they were fighting. So there's very many ways to view terrorism. Like the Mujahideen, they were using hit and run tactics and blowing up Soviets when the Russians had invaded Afghanistan in the late 70s, early 80s. But if you watch Rambo 3, they're hailed as heroes by the Americans. Now them same people there that they've trained and they've given all their know-how, and CIA was supplying them, and then they've, you know, helped Bin Laden and all this. Now they're called terrorists when they've turned on America. And at the same time, America can be looked upon as terrorists because they used to they terrorized Cuba. Yeah, they blew up Cuban ships when they were going, like when Cuba first had its revolution, America was pissed or whatever. They were blowing up ships when they were coming into port. CIA were trying to kill off. Look at how many times they tried to kill off fucking Fidel Castro. They put bombs in his cigar to try and blow off his face. They put bombs in a conch shell because he likes diving, and they blew up a shell. So what's that? That's fucking terrorism. The amount of shit the CIA have done in South America, that's terrorism. All the people that they've killed who haven't liked what they've, who haven't told their life, that's terrorism. So you gotta think about it in terrorism is not just that simple thing, yeah? But again, as well, to all these people who are thinking that they want to become a terrorist and go and do something, I would say to you, allow it, just don't even bother, yeah? And then a lot of these geezers who've been told by these phony imams, yeah, that if you blow yourself up and kill yourself and martyr yourself for this cause, you're gonna get, was it 72 virgins or something when you go to paradise, and you can fuck them for eternity? Why don't you just go and fuck 72 girls now? There's a lot of slags out there. There's a lot of hoes out there. If you can't get a slag, you can just pay one. Just fuck her. Yeah, you don't need to go to heaven to fuck. You can fuck on earth. You know what I mean? So obviously you're desperate for pussy. Is that the real issue? You want to fuck? Go and fuck. Yeah, go Amsterdam, you get a pretty looking girl in the window. In fucking Hamburg when I was out there, there's some buff looking chicks in the windows out there. Pay them 35 euros, you get your dick sucked, you can fuck them out anything you want, mate. That's what I'm saying. So you don't need to blow yourself up if that's what the real issue is, you know? But that's what I'm saying. Terrorism, it's a very dicey issue. If you are a terrorist, I would have to say you're a dick, yeah? And them guys who did blow themselves up in England and did that shit, thanks a lot, because you got me stop and search a lot more. Actually, maybe what? No, you did. You got me stop and search for bombs, whereas before I was just getting stop and search for drugs. And the bomb thing is worse because they will roll up on you with machine guns. And one sudden move and my face is blowing off all over the place. I can't even have an open coffin funeral, and people can't even, you know, put a few roses and shit on my dead body, or put them rice cakes like in the Hindu funerals or whatever the fuck, because my face is gone. You know what I mean? So thanks a lot, mate. Terrorism's all over the place, mate. That's all I can say. It's all over the fucking place. Like any cunt who comes up to you on the bus and tries to intimidate you into giving them your gold chain or giving them something or something, to me they're a fucking terrorist. So I say fuck all you fucking terrorists. You all cunts. And I ain't got no respect for you. So if you're doing that, George Bush, you're a fucking terrorist. Tony Blair, you're a fucking terrorist. Osama Bin Laden, you're a terrorist. I don't even believe you're dead. He ain't even in a whole little cave in Afghanistan. He's chilling. He's chilling, mate, in the White House with George. They're having a cup of tea, watching what's going on, saying, fucking hell, mate, we're doing all right, aren't we? Because, you know, that's what it's all about. It's all about money at the end of the day. The whole terrorism thing to me is maybe a red herring. I'm saying maybe because I don't have proof. Yeah. So if you got proof, comment and let me know, innit? If you think this or you think that, make sure you comment, because without that, I'm not gonna get educated. So I'm on here trying to get educated. I know a little bit, but I want to know more. So that's why we're doing this shit. Terrorism, very confusing issue, and I think I'm gonna have to have a few more cups of tea about it. But you know, still. comment. Let me know what you think, because I'm very confused about it. Thank you.